Hi, this is Zach Greens by Andre, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. And also we got Saturday on our Rumble channel at 10 o'clock a.m. Central. And on Sunday back here on the YouTube at 10 a.m. Central. So make sure you write all that down so you do not forget on that complex schedule that we now follow. Let's get into the show for today. Halloween today. Ooh, hopefully you have a great, safe Halloween or Sanguine, which is the Wiccan version of the Halloween season. The wife is at work for today. That's why you don't see her on the screen for today's show. So hopefully you're out there having a very good time doing the Halloween festivities that you normally do. Okay, let's get into one of the first questions that somebody was asking on the, not the Discord, but the YouTube comment section. And that's about BlackRock Bitcoin. What is going to be happening in the next little while with the BlackRock Bitcoin situation as they're doing more and more, trying to get their ETF off the ground. And of course, we all know that BlackRock and many of those other large financial establishments have a lot of Bitcoin moving forward, and they want to sell it to you and save it in their vault for your protection, but they'll charge you for it. All right, so let's have a look at BlackRock and Bitcoin together. Let's see what's going to be happening in the next little while as we're waiting for more people to say hello. So it seems that the health of this particular situation is going to be very good. It has a lot of financial flow within that particular situation that's coming about. And we're going to be seeing that the ETFs and all that are going to be coming through very, very strong and very, very prominent in the United States. Every other part of the planet has an ETF for Bitcoin. It's just we're waiting on the U.S. to catch up and Gary Gensler to start to go away and do something else more worthy of his talents, being nice today on our Halloween. And we have the blood-soaked sheet behind me. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of financial flow from BlackRock via the Bitcoin ETF. And a lot of people are going to be getting into that in a big way. There's also all those other financial agencies that are trying to do their own ETF. And that's going to be coming up very shortly after the BlackRock one goes first. Okay? Financially, I think it's going to be doing very, very well, as we see in the middle card. And there's going to be a lot of new customers for them to sell to. I don't think they're going to be selling to regular folks like ourselves in the beginning. It's going to be all the rich and the elites and all that sort of thing. And then they'll say it's okay for the regular people, the peasants, to come into the ETF Bitcoin situation and the people that are behind this. I think it's going to be a lot of inner power from BlackRock, if you want to think of them as that. They do have a lot of power. Okay. But and the people that are working on this particular system coming out very soon is very strong. So I think it's all going forward in the next 2 to 3 months, going forward with this ETF thing and with all the other organizations getting in on the action as well. And I think it's going to be in time or before time of the happening. Okay. They may be trying to wait a little bit longer for that situation to happen. Okay. Let's look into the next thing. Hopefully we got a lot of questions on the board. I see 6 in the chat. And somebody was asking, bull run? Excuse me, bull run? Where's the bull run? I'm like I've said in the past, I don't think it's really going to be sparking off until April-ish. We're going to have a little bit here and there. Of course, the chart for the cryptocurrencies is doing this, especially for the Bitcoin. I think the altcoins were fairly green today while Bitcoin was down. So I see that they're going to be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So if you're a trader, this is a pretty good time for you with all the up and the down of the cryptocurrency market. If you're not trading that, I don't know what you're waiting for. Unfortunately, I don't do any trades, but I do understand enough about trades that it's probably the best time right now to start doing those trades. So let's have a look at the bull run that we're kind of in right now, sort of. It's not too healthy at the moment. There's too many other variables that are coming into play. People uncertain. We don't really have the excitement of the people yet, as I've noticed from a lot of my YouTube videos. There's not a lot of people viewing YouTube videos to do with Bitcoin or any other crypto. And that's pretty much straight across the board with all the other YouTubers that discuss Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies at the moment. It's that way. Once we start to really ramp it up, then the views will start to go through the roof, as they always do. And I can't wait. Okay. The health of the breaking free, which is an interesting card to have in that slot, will mean when it does happen, we're going to see all-time highs that you can never have imagined. $100,000, $200,000 Canadian, American, that sort of thing in the next little while. Probably around April-ish, as I've always said. And if the whole thing with the ETFs gets straightened out before then it's right to the moon for many cryptocurrencies. Hopefully you're sitting on them, as I've always said. Buy it, sit on it. Don't worry about it so much. Don't focus on it, or it'll drive you nuts. Okay? And the people behind this are kind of dipping their toe in the whole thing. I think we're at the very verge of everybody starting to pile in. Okay? It's not yet. I think it's in the 2, 3, 4 month period of time when everybody's going to start to plow into the cryptocurrency market. Okay, so hopefully you get in before everybody else. Okay, so let's look at the chat. We got Queen Kitty. Hello, Queen Kitty. Hi, Andre. Can you let me know what is the intention of my dad by bringing a gun to our house? Okay. Hopefully we get some more questions on the board. It's going to be a short show. That's okay. The health of this particular situation, I don't think he has any ill intent on the whole gun thing. Okay. Um, it's more of a warning I'm feeling of somebody else within the household. Okay. He's just showing off, and I think he's trying to scare somebody with this, not to harm anyone, just a little bit of a scare tactic on his behalf. It's not good behavior. And I don't know if you want to talk to him about that in any good way. Um, just be careful with this particular situation and don't escalate it in any way. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Okay. This is the wonderful part of working by myself today. The wife is at the hospital today working. Chris McHenry. Hey, Andre, will OTK coin reach 4 cents from now to end of 2024? Never heard of it, but let's have a look. No. I'm thinking this one of those. You have to remember at this point in time when everything's starting to ramp up, there's going to be a lot of cryptocurrencies that come out of the woodwork that are just plain nothing. Okay, there's other words I could throw in there. Just be careful out there. There's going to be a lot of coins that are going to be coming, and I'm going to say they're the greatest thing since sliced bread. Yeah, this is what happens every time we have, or the beginning of a bull run. There's going to be all slew of coins that come out, saying this and that, and living through a couple of these, you just come to the conclusion you might as well have just bought Bitcoin in the first place. Okay, or Litecoin, or Ethereum, or XRP even. But OTK, I don't have any really good feelings. It wouldn't be one that I would deal with. And the cards are relaying basically what I'm feeling, that it's why? Okay. I just look to other things. Okay? Don't go into all these crazy weird coins that are going to be coming out. Okay. Hello, Andre Labs. Will Hello Labs reach $1 from now to 2024? Another one I've never heard of. Maybe it's like Hello Kitty or something. I think it's going to start off okay, but I don't think it's going to be going up in any significant way. It's going to be very short if it does. The people behind it are not the greatest. Again, be careful out there. There's going to be a ton of cryptocurrencies that are going to be coming out, and a lot of them are not the greatest. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Happy Halloween, Tendari. Will BTC drop soon or continue going up? Well, it's dropped today. It's kind of what I've said in the last few shows that shows that it's going to be doing this every day. One day it's going to be up, one day it's going to be down, up, down, up, down. Everybody's expecting this huge crash, and I think that's going to be in around December for a short period of time, and then it's going to start to really ramp up. And the only reason it's going to be dropping down in December is because the other traditional markets are not too healthy of a situation right now. And because everybody panics, everybody's going to sell everything for whatever reason, because they didn't listen to me and just sit on it for the time being. And then they're going to be buying in because the big cryptocurrency market is going to be recovering quicker than the old standard market. Okay? So yeah, it's gonna drop, but not for very long. And when I say not too long, it could be a couple months. Okay? So don't worry about it too much. Will X7 finance get hacked in the next few years? I'm thinking of using their swap instead of Uniswap, cheaper fees. If it's a centralized system, like many of them are, there's no doubt that it will get hacked. This is why I think Sushi Swap is decentralized, if I'm not mistaken. Many of the other ones aren't. The more centralized you are, the easier it is for you to be hacked. When you are decentralized, and you have to remember, you can custody these coins yourself and do the Uniswap thing yourself. Look into that. There's nothing safer than your own having things in your own possession instead of hoping somebody is not going to get hacked. Okay? You can custody these coins yourself. Okay? So look into that. I'm not quite sure because I've never wanted to do the swapping thing myself, but I have heard experts talk about it, and you can custody it yourself and do it. All that stuff yourself. Okay? Yeah, it's not looking too healthy for X7 Finance. I know FTX is coming out with a new one, and everybody's going to fall for the new one. It's saying it's safe and it's good and it's whole and it's clean. And now those people are going to lose their money. This is why I always say never ever leave your cryptocurrencies on an exchange. Ever. Okay? Get in there, get your cryptos, get it off, put it on your Trezor or your hot wallet or your ledger or anything that's in your possession where you hold the keys to your own cryptocurrencies, because I've known a lot of people that were sorry that they put it on exchange. Okay? They lost it all. So there's your cautionary tale for Halloween. Okay? But I get yucky feelings about this X7 stuff. Okay? Stick with what works. Hi, I'm feeling that the spot ETF will be approved or announced in November 17th. I think you're right. Around in there. The last news that I've heard about this particular situation is the SEC unwillingly, we all know who Gary is, has been stating if it's going to happen, all these companies will have to do it at the exact same time. Okay? So there's choice in the market. That's what they say. Okay? Let's throw some cards down. I think you're very close to the mark. I think you may be psychic yourself. And I think all the other information that's been coming out is kind of pointing to this point in time when, if it doesn't get through at this particular time, I'm thinking there's going to be huge strides to that eventuality. It will happen. It's just a matter of when. And I think it's going to be very soon. And this will give us some time to buy that Bitcoin. Stop waiting. Not financial advice, of course, but If you keep waiting, it's going to get harder and harder and harder to get that Bitcoin. Okay? Because everybody, when it does happen, is going to be piling in at the last second, and you may get to the window when it's your time to buy, and there's none. Just sad. Okay? Think of it that way. Get in when it's nice and cheap. Hopefully that answers your question. And will my short trip to Florida next week have a positive outcome? Wish I was in, well, I don't know if I'm, yeah, Florida seems to be okay. We had 5 inches of snow the other day, scraping the car windows. We are in winter peg. Yeah, it seems very favorable to you. You're going to have a good trip, no real problems. Maybe a little thing with what you're trying to bring over. There may be some short, if you're going by plane. But I think it's going to be overall pretty good, darn good. The health of it seems to be pretty good. You're going to be feeling secure and safe with the situation. It's good to be in a new location. There's going to be some wonderful opportunities there to get some more information that you were hoping for. And there's going to be some other things that are going to be happening while you're in Florida to broaden your thinking. Okay. And the people behind this particular situation are some of the nicest people you're going to be meeting. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Hello, Super Widow Guy. Happy Halloween. No, it's a fork of Uniswap. Even still, I don't have a great feeling about it. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Even if it's a fork of something that's positive, doesn't mean that it's going to be good. And we've seen that over and over and over again. And more, be careful. They'll say all these wonderful words that the buzzwords doesn't mean that they actually are. I've found many organizations that say this and that, and then you find out that they aren't. Okay. And I still got that feeling about it. Had a setback this week. Loved the read last week. 3 cards, please, for the next week. Trying to keep it simple. Good. Oh boy. Your health is going to be okay. I think you're going to be getting a little bit of a cold or something in the next little while. Nothing to worry about. It's not the big C. I think financially you're going to be hitting a pothole in the next little while because of something that happens along the way, because you're not keeping it simple. You just made a faux pas. But I'm thinking that you're going to be recovering from that in the next week after that, and fixing and repairing that particular situation for yourself. And there's going to be somebody else that's going to turn their back on you a little bit. So just be careful of that. And with prior knowledge, you can prepare for some of those things. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Charles Bopins asks, hi, Andre. An astrologer thinks that the banks will crash and the stock market will be okay. To a point, he's correct. Banks are not in great shape. The stock market is overheated. And the only reason that the whole thing is going to, because they keep pumping out cash to keep the stock market continuously going with funny money. So the stock market will continue, sort of, but it's going to be overheated. Too much funny money going in there. Okay, so he's correct, but when you put too much funny money into the system, your wealth isn't worth as much as it could be. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Okay, Chan B. Andre, can I have a reading for my daughter, please? Sure can. This could be a situation where she's going to have to start to think of new people to hang out with. There's going to be a situation where she's going to be having a falling out with some of the people that she hangs out with. And it's for good reason. Okay. And there's going to be a moment in time when she's going to have to pick up those pieces and start to build new relationships that are more beneficial to her. Okay. Hopefully that helps her out. What do I see for Gala? I think Gala is going to be okay overall, but I'm thinking that it's not going to be the greatest in the next little while because of circumstances that are weighing down on the situation. It's going to be keeping that price down for quite some time. And a lot of people are going to be leaving Gala in the next little while because they're going to be having attention to other things. And because of all the things going on with Gala in the future, I don't think that it's going to be very interesting for a lot of people. So you're going to have, if you got something in there, you may have to be waiting a little longer for any huge gains back. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. ZKX is a new upcoming decentralized order book like CEX, but with self-custody wallet. How is their future looking? Well, if it is what they say, should be good. If it's a self-custody, if you have the keys to your own wallet, and the keys are your word phrase, then you should be okay. I was just stating before, a lot of people say, like companies will say certain things to get you in the door, and it doesn't appear to be true. So, well, let's have a look at this one. Self-custody wallet. Hot wallet, probably. Hot wallet meaning it's on your phone or your computer, connected to the internet. Unless they have some cold wallet sort of thing. You can do some of those things on the Trezor. Just to let you know. And it's very safe. It looks like this one's going to be okay. I think there's going to be some naughty language spoken about it, that it's not the greatest and all this sort of thing. I'm thinking that in a short period of time, they're going to be overcoming much of that negative press and actually doing okay in the future as a wallet. This is the wallet part. The order book thing. There's going to be some good opportunities there. It's going to be doing okay overall. And it looks like it can be making money in the short term. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. What do you think of my chances of getting a job in Dubai are? It's an interesting place to want a job. You got to be very careful there. Okay. I had one client that had a reading from Dubai. He had to go through a VPN because they don't allow certain things there. And they're a little bit picky on cryptocurrencies at the moment. So if you're still into that, you might have to hide your activities from them. Okay? And they don't like what was it? Some of the apps where you can talk to each other on the planet. WhatsApp would be your best bet if you do go there. And I'm thinking you are going there, by the way I'm talking. But out of that silliness, yeah, they don't like Skype. If you're going to be using Skype to come talk to me, then you're going to have to go through a VPN and kind of hide it. And they don't like bank transfers. So you're going to have to use cryptocurrencies to buy a reading from me. But it does look like you're going to be going there in some fashion. I think it's not going to be exactly what you thought it was going to be. I think not as bad as it could be. A little bit better, actually, in some form. Good money. Just sometimes the living experience may not be the greatest. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out. And then you're going to have to really learn how to use VPNs. Personal question. Will I meet my soulmate on this lifetime? This is the thing where everybody thinks a soulmate is your romantic relationship that you're going to be having. Doesn't necessarily mean that. Okay, I'm going to put it out there. People, what? No, could be one of your best friends that is your soulmate. Soulmate does not mean it's going to be your romantic relationship. Can be, okay, but doesn't have to be. Just putting it out there. People go, what? Sometimes your wife is just your wife, and she can be your best friend and your best partner, but doesn't mean that she's your soulmate. I think mine is, but I don't really think about these things that much. We work together well. We complement each other well. But I don't really think of soulmates and all that sort of thing. In a sense, you're looking for the perfect relationship, right? All relationships take work. Getting into your reading, I think you're going to be finding somebody that is very close to your soulmate with all that other information that I gave you. And you're going to be very much alike in many of the things. I'm not sure if it's a romantic relationship, but it could be a really great friendship anyways. Okay, so it is there. Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre. I started talking to this new guy. Will it lead to anything? Depends on how much you talk to them and how you talk to them and what you convince them on doing. For guys, it's not that hard. For second base or whatever you want to call it. For the health of this particular situation, I don't think it's going to work out the way that you thought it would be working out. He seems like a nice gentleman and all that sort of thing, but I don't think you may not be compatible in the long run. Okay? Could be a great friendship, could be very good comrades. Doesn't mean that it's going to be a romantic situation if that's what you're wanting. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, where will Doge and Shiba end up by December? We just had 2 shows. 4 of those. Go back and watch those. I think they're going to be doing okay. I think Shiba Inu is going to be having a little bit of a lax. If I remember my reading that I did in that show, just do a short recap. Doge is going to be doing okay. And I think that both of them were pretty good by mid-December, and then we're going to have a little bit of drop, and then it's going to be going back up in a good way. And I think that there's going to be some other things going on that are beneficial to both of these cryptocurrencies, if I remember correctly from those other 2 shows that you can go watch. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Andre, in a previous read, you mentioned November for a live interest to come in. A live interest? A live? Like a boyfriend? Okay. November or 2024? Thank you. I think he's there, if you want a he. It's just you haven't done all the things and you may be looking too hard. Just ease into it, and it's going to be there within the next October, November, December, somewhere in that period of time. Once you get out there and start talking to people, it will start to happen. Okay? If you stay at home, you probably won't work, right? Hopefully that helps you out. 3 cards for DGB versus Reef, please. Like my DGB, I got a lot of it, but I don't think it's going to be doing all that well. Unfortunately, I think his Reef is going to do a marginally better than DGB. Okay, it's my first impression without the cards. Well, let's have a look with the cards. Yes. So the first one is DGB. Like I said, it's going to be okay. It's going to be healthy. It's going to still grow. It has a large community. But for actual huge gains, no. Will it make you a millionaire? Unless you got a couple thousand of them or a couple million of the coins, maybe. DGB, on the other hand, Reef, I think is going to be going through a new cycle, and they're going to be rebranding themselves and doing all kinds of new things. I think it's going to do marginally better than DGB. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Oh, if DGB went to a penny, whew, I'd be in Florida or somewhere warm. Starly, which cat is your soulmate? Oh, That would be Domino, but she's not here today. Hi, Andre. There are 2 drip systems, Binance and Pulse Chain. I'm with the Binance drip. Time to cash in. If you want to, I think licking your ice cream is okay. Don't remove all of your exposure to this one. But I think that there's going to be another moment in time when you can lick the ice cream and pay some bills and all that wonderful stuff. But I'm thinking if you do it right now when it's at a nice all-time high, it's not bad. Okay? But not financial advice. You still do what you do. Okay? Okay. Our dreams, past lives as well. Sometimes you can dream about your past lives. Yeah, that's very, very common. Sometimes it's scary and you go, what was that? Because not all your past lives are fun. So, yeah, just remember that. Why I cannot comment on YouTube? Should be able to, unless YouTube's blocked you. Okay. I don't know. But thank you for the info. Okay. I guess that is it for today. Hopefully you all have a good Halloween or Samhain. Practice some witchcraft, maybe. Have some fun with that. Don't eat too much candy. Okay. While you're doing that, make sure you go down and join our Discord, which is free to join. You can join all the wonderful people on there talking about all kinds of things. Many of our questions for the show come from the Discord. So if you want to join that, it's wonderful. If you'd like to be part of our Saturday show, just below that Discord link is our link to the Rumble show. Make sure you get in there, and on our Rumble, we get to talk about whatever and whenever and however we want. Because on YouTube, you got to be careful on what you say. And if you like a personal reading with me, make sure you go to psychoreadsbyandrew.com. All that information is there. If you like a personal healing with my wonderful wife, the Reiki healer, that information is on there as well. Okay, with that said, make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye. And happy Halloween!